Once again, welcome to Park Office Project. I am Muhammad Sarfraz, your instructor. We are talking about types of attribute in MS Access table. This is part 2. In part 1, we have explained single attribute vs multi-valued attribute, simple attribute vs composite attribute. The people who could not watch my part 1 can download link given in below description box. In today's video we will discuss further two types of attributes. One, stored attribute vs derived attribute. What is stored attribute? In last video we have discussed that date of birth is a simple attribute which have a fixed value and cannot be changed in future. We can also call it fixed value or fixed attribute. Derived attribute. What is derived attribute? Derived attribute basically has no value and can be derived with the help of stored value. Suppose an age attribute can be calculated from date of birth. How can it will be calculated? We will see in practical session in MS Access. In MS Access, we have TBL employees. TBL employees have fields employee code, first name, last name, full name, and date of birth. To calculate age, we will have to create two further fields in this table. So we will go to design view for modification of table. Here we will add two attributes. First, current date. It will be date and time. Then we press save button for effect of current date. Then second will be age, and we will have to need age in year. For age, we will select data types as calculator. When we press calculator, an expression builder comes up. In expression builder, we will write our code. Here we have given the parameters of our age. What is the parameter? We will select current date minus date of birth. This will be the parameter for current date, but this parameter will give a result in days to us. We will check it. Okay. Press save button. Close it. Open it. Here in first record we will give the current date. Suppose current date is 3/07/22. Tab system automatically calculated age column and the result given in number of days. But we need age in year. So we will have to pass some other parameters to convert days into year. We will again go to design view, go to age parameter, here below expression builder. Here we will first group here in small brackets, then we will divide it into 365.2425 first parameter, and then give it a group by selecting opening a parenthesis and ending a parenthesis, and then divide into 365.2425 and select result type as integer. This will give us result in number of years. We will first save our coding, close the table, reopen it, and you can see that the result is in year now. We have further rechecked a transaction. Here we will give 1st January 2008 and given current date. System will automatically calculate the age of the particular person. While now we will discuss second types of attribute. This is the optional attribute vs required attribute. Initially, all types of attribute other than primary key are the optional attribute, mean option attribute which can be left blank and may be filled later on. Suppose emp code is a primary key. This cannot be left blank, while other all can be left blank, and we will put data later on. Suppose we will delete this date of birth, this current date. It means we can be left it blank. We will delete last name. We can be left it blank. Any data can be left blank or known as an optional attribute. And what is required attribute? Required attribute which mandatory cannot be left blank. Suppose emp code cannot be left blank. How we can make an optional attribute as a required attribute? For this purpose, we will go to design view of table for modification. Any attribute which we want to convert from optional to required attribute, we will just select in property below required, which have no, we will change into yes. Now this field first name is compulsory to feed, and now becomes the required attribute. Suppose we will give date of birth, that should be required. When we change required field no to yes, after setting this property, it becomes the required attribute. Now we will save it. System will give a message made. We will close it, open it, and now we cannot be left blank in new record. Suppose we will give here first name we empty, Akbar, we not given here data, system will cannot move to next record. Message error, you must enter a value in the employee's first name field because we becomes first name field as required attribute. So now it is compulsory to give a data in this field. We have to given data here. We will give Muhammad now because Muhammad Akbar, but date of birth is also required. So still system will give us an error. You must enter a value in the employee's date of birth field because it is a required field. Without giving data in date of birth field, system will not move to next record. Now system will move into next record. Hope you have understand clearly the stored attribute and derived attribute, optional attribute and required attribute. At the end, I will request to subscribe my channel, likes my video and give comments for continuing the next lessons. Thank you.